Going from EMT to paramedic is the most important step you will do in your EMS career. You're going from basic life support to advanced life support. This video is going to help you navigate that, and I'm also going to show you what's in front of you as you're entering paramedic school. You're going from some experience as an EMT, you're jumping into paramedic school. Here's the first thing. The first thing is the entry exam. Now, I get so many questions about, I have the entry exam coming up. What do I study? What do I do? You need to review your BLS. The college or school is not going to ask you something you have not learned yet, right? So the entry exam is, I like to think about it as a mini NREMT, or EMT basic level exam. They're trying to see your thinking skills, your EMT skills, and make sure you're proficient enough in BLS. And usually there's a passing standard, for example, like 80%, right? Obviously, you're keeping the standard up, so at least a B. That's from what I've heard. Obviously, there's so many schools, it can differ, but that is the majority that you should expect. So you need to go back to your study resources and go through and study the BLS, similar to like how you studied for your NREMT. You want to be prepared because you may have been out of school for a while. There's a variety of people entering paramedic school, some with a lot of experience, some fresh out of school. So make sure to go back and study those BLS resources, even if you have experience, because now you got test questions different from the field. Now, next is your experience. The majority of paramedic programs are looking for you to have some level of EMT experience. I remember back when I went to paramedic school, you had to be on at least 50 EMS calls in order to get experience. Basically, it was, hey, you had to be working in an ambulance at least for a few months, right? At least 3 to 6 months. Now, there's so many colleges, there's so many community colleges, schools, different programs out there. It's always going to be a little different, but as a rule of thumb, most places are looking for at least 6 months to a year experience as an EMT, right? Working out in the field, whether it be 911, whether it be IFT. That's okay, right? Now, a second piece on this. There are some programs that go what we call 0 to hero. It's a nickname you may have heard in EMS. Taking from zero experience going all the way through to paramedic. That is not the norm. So when you're applying to paramedic school, we already talked about the entry exam, then it's the experience. We check those two things off and there's spots available. That's pretty much it. You're pretty much in. Now, a little bonus I'm going to throw at you. Sometimes you may have to write a letter or why you should get one of the spots, or could be even a resume. These are different nuances. I didn't have to go through that, but some of my students have. I've heard through them that they had to do that. So watch out for that as well. Okay. Now here's the fun part. This is the prep for paramedic school. Here is where we shine. Here is where we get ahead of the acceleration of paramedic school. Paramedic school, there is a fire hose of information coming at you constantly. You never get a chance in paramedic school to take a break or you can take a breath until you're done, right? It's just constant because it's so accelerated, right? This is how we get ahead of the content. I call this getting an awareness level of the content before you go in so that you are not a deer in headlights like most students are when you enter school. No other instructor, no other education facility is going to tell you about this. But this is why I'm here as the paramedic coach. Please listen to me on this, because this is what gets people through school and NREMT later on much easier because you have an awareness level entering. This is what I did as well. Now, hear me out here. What makes the paramedic the paramedic? Well, some of the first things you're going to do in paramedic school is anatomy and physiology, and make sure you're strong in your BLS. So review your BLS, review your A&P. That's a great start. Now, what else can you review? There's 3 main things. 1, start thinking with your patient assessment when you're working like a paramedic. Start critically thinking, what might be going on with this patient, right? So working on your patient assessment skills. Try to talk to your paramedic partner after calls on why they did this and why they did that. Now, here are the big 2. What makes the paramedic the paramedic? Cardiology and medications and pharmacology. So if we can get an awareness level of, hey, what do these meds do that your paramedic partner is carrying. That alone, you are so ahead of the game. And then secondly, getting a leg up on EKGs, getting a leg up on 12-lead EKGs, right? It makes the process so much easier. If you walk into paramedic school, you have no idea, you have no clue what AFib looks like. You have no idea what VTAC looks like. You have no idea what VFib looks like. You have no clue when you look at a 12-lead, what is going on? Yes, they're going to teach you this in paramedic school. That's where you're going, yes. But if you get an awareness level, then you are not a deer in headlights. You've heard it a little bit before you go in, and then when you actually are in, you really absorb your information. And that's how you do well and get good grades in paramedic school. And you're going to look around you, and please, you're going to remember this. You're going to look around. Everyone's going to have a deer in headlights look, and you're going to be like, I think I got this. Now, a lot of you asked in the comments about how to prepare for school, how to get through school, and how to pass NREMT. The first link in the description is a study tool that I give to all my students to accomplish all of that. It's called the Video Vault. Inside the Video Vault is over 480 videos of content, audio files, worksheets, practice quizzes, our community group. What I do in the Video Vault is take all the concepts you need to know to pass school at NREMT, and I break them down simply for you, so that way you just follow along with the videos, you follow the study plan, and you pass. I give my students lifetime access in the first link in the description, and I'll see you on the inside.